Behind Hall 4 and Hall 6, there's a pond that no one uses. Students call it the mosquito pond, but when we visited the sites, the water wasn't smelly and we didn't see any mosquitoes. So why does everyone avoid it? We conducted both online surveys and in-person interviews to identify the key factors that discouraged students from visiting the site.
Mainly just pass by because since I live in the dorm nearby, so most of the time I just go back to my dorm and didn't spend a lot of time here. I don't think there are a lot of things to do in the mosquito pond right now. Yeah. So if there can be something we can do there and it feels okay to be there, then I would probably go there.
Our student responses have revealed two major pain points. First, the pond area currently lacks any facilities. Second, despite any mitigation efforts, students still perceive the pond as a mosquito-ridden, poor-quality water body. These opinions have told us what students want from a renovation from the area. A landscape that's actually nice to look at, amenity, facilities and features, and a new meaning that attracts rather than avoids.
To address concern about the water environment, our first solution is a constructed wetland system, a nature-based solution that incorporates microhabitats within the pond surface to add on the scenery. We developed a physical prototype to demonstrate how the filtration could work. In our prototype, the filter applies mesh filtration to purify water through physical and biological decomposition. A pump feeds dirty pond water into the device button. Water rises through nitrifying bacteria-coated rings that turn organic nitrogen into inorganic nitrogen and avoid algal bloom. Porous volcanic rocks then absorb impurities. Dense plant root trap residual dirt with symbiotic bacteria decomposing remaining pollutant. System also serves as a shelter for dragonflies and densifies natural mosquito predators. It cleans the water naturally, adds color and texture to the view, and turns a forgotten drainage basin into a healthier and more pleasant pond environment for students.
Improving water quality is only the first step. Students also need reasons to stay around the pond. So our second solution focuses on redesigning the surrounding land as a more engaging recreational space. These include a tensile fabric canopy for instant shade and an exercise bike system that pumps water and power slides, all without electricity. To support this, we developed Pond Loop AI, a digital decision support website. It helps test suitable location for facilities, such as sitting in shade in quad areas, swings and flowers along pathways, and exercise bikes in active zones.
The website also includes an interactive feedback map where students can mark locations and leave comments.
For evaluation, it scores design layouts based on key criteria and student feedback, helping us make more justified decisions before implementation.
To conclude, we turned a forgotten pond into a living area. With cleaner water and beautiful sceneries, natural mosquito controls, a cooling canopy, engaging attractions, and an interactive map system for further monitoring and designs. From avoid to attract, that's our Manchi magic.
On campus, students often need places to study, discuss, or take a short break. But many existing communal spaces are crowded, noisy, limited, or not comfortable enough. At noon, the campus is exposed to strong sunlight. Students move between buildings under the heat, already feeling tired.
I'm so tired.
Going back to the dorm for a short rest is too far and inconvenient. Without a proper nap space, they continue studying in a drained state, with lower focus, lower energy, and growing fatigue. Now, let's hear from the students themselves.
When it comes to midterm or finals, I think it's really hard to find a space that I think that is really comfortable to sit in.
I would say the library, and also in the concourse, there is a place for people to sit down and have a nice sofa.
No, but I'm gonna do a short nap, maybe just in my workspace, or maybe when I was studying, I would just sleep in library.
No, unfortunately, in the campus, when I really have to rest, I would rather go home. I couldn't sleep in USD, and I couldn't take a nap.
After hearing from students, we realized one clear message: campus spaces need to support more than studying. We then translated these pain points into design strategies, while discussing our proposal with industry experts to improve its feasibility and real-world impact. Finally, we get our prototype. By day, it is a calm and open student commons. By night, subtle neon lighting gives the building a clear identity. At the entrance, a digital screen shows weather and visitor flow. Students can move straight into the social zone or explore a small art area. With plants, artworks, mini aquariums, and full-height glass walls, the space feels bright, calm, and pleasant. This central area creates a warm gathering space. With a circular layout, fountain, greenery, and natural light, it brings students together to discuss, relax, and enjoy the atmosphere. Finally, the focus zone features reclining seats for both study and rest. The chairs shift between study mode and rest mode, allowing the space to switch between learning and recovery. With ceiling-hidden lifting tables, it supports individual study and can quickly transform into a flexible venue for meetings, presentations, and club activities. Thank you for watching.
Before the new recycling system was introduced, food waste became a problem from the very moment cooking began. Without a sealed container, it quickly caused odors and attracted insects inside the kitchen. At night, the recycling point was too far away, and the garbage area smelled too strong. To keep the kitchen from stinking overnight, she had no choice but to temporarily place the waste in the very space meant for storing food. In summer, the walkways between the HKUST dormitory buildings are exposed to the blazing sun. For Auntie Maria, disposing of a single bag of food waste means carrying the heavy trash back and forth between the dormitory buildings under the intense heat. Day after day, bags of food scraps pile up in Block 5. The smell, leaking wastewater, and swarms of insects make residents unwilling to go anywhere near the area. Each time she disposes of food waste, she receives only HKD1 as a reward. For someone who has to endure the smell, insects, heat, and extra walking, this incentive is far from enough. At HKUST staff quarters, a new pilot system for smart food waste collection begins operation. Now, food waste can be safely sealed inside a dedicated container. There is no odor, and there is no need to take up space in the refrigerator. With just one tap on the phone, the recycling robot comes directly to the door. Food waste collection no longer depends on residents making extra trips. Instead, the system moves closer to the user and brings the service right to their doorstep. The collected food waste is transported to the recycling station, where it enters an automated weighing and recording process. The weight, record, and reward are generated automatically. As a result, the recycling outcome becomes clear, traceable, and easier for users to recognize. Our new incentive mechanism combines long-term point accumulation with diverse redemption options. Food waste recycling is no longer just a small, one-time reward. Instead, each action is continuously recorded, accumulated, and converted into practical benefits for daily life, giving her a real reason to keep participating. Our design is tailored to both users and the campus. It expands from a single user experience into a campus-level system, making the solution scalable and networked. Recycling robots circulate among different dormitory buildings, collecting scattered food waste and bringing it back to a centralized processing point. With one simple drop-off, the food waste is safely stored. The entire process requires no extra carrying, and users no longer need to endure odors or insects. We believe a good recycling system should not rely solely on personal endurance. Instead, it should actively respond to real everyday life. Food waste recycling is no longer an additional burden. It becomes quietly embedded in daily routines, as natural as cooking, cleaning up, and turning off the lights.
The problem we have chosen is the waste disposal and recycling of single-use promotional materials from campus events.
Hello everyone, we're now at the Hong Kong University of Science and Technology. Every year, many events take place here: academic conferences, club events, tech exhibitions. But behind every lively event, there's a huge amount of material waste.
Take Unicorn Day as an example. We found that every booth used foam boards and other promotional materials, which ultimately all end up as waste.
At first, we wanted to find a solution from a material perspective, but none of us are material science experts. So we decided to explore more fundamental causes. Then we interviewed some stakeholders.
But are the environmentally friendly methods a lot more expensive though, so not really used?
I don't know about the cost, honestly. But it's maybe less common. The foam board is still the most common way.
But I understand it's also a challenge because one university has too many departments. And I can tell you, different events are organized by different departments.
In addition, we also interviewed a staff member from the print shop. He said, "Actually, we can reuse these foam boards here, but very few people know about this." So, we got our answers. 1. Lack of pre-event planning. 2. Lack of information transparency. 3. Lack of event lifecycle management. Next, let's look at our solution, Green Event Loop. This is an AI-powered circular event materials management platform designed specifically for official large-scale events at HKUST. The platform is built around the core framework of plan, reduce, reuse, recycle, learn, transforming short-lived, single-use consumables into campus assets that can be planned, tracked, shared, and recycled. Let's take an example.
Today we are going to have an event that's on the engineering open day.
Perfect, then let's use this website to help plan our event. This is the event registration interface, where you can fill in event-related information. Then you can specify the types and quantities of materials needed for the event. Here is MTPC's Print Media Guide, which contains detailed printing information. Next, based on your event, we will optimize the types and quantities of materials, prioritizing the use of those that are recyclable. After the organizers complete the event, they can use the system to identify potential usage of materials, then implement different recycling or reuse methods accordingly. In addition, the system will automatically track and record the current lifecycle status of the materials.